Hi, this is Tom Sculthorpe with the Kenwood Institute, and we're recording this short video to express our hearty support for the Truth and Unity Amendment that has been proposed by Dr. R. Albert Mohler of Southern Baptist Theological Seminary. The amendment reads as such: a cooperating Southern Baptist church does not act to affirm, appoint, or endorse a woman serving in the office of or function of a pastor, elder, overseer, interchangeable terms, such as preaching to the assembled congregation. I just want to say two brief things about this. Number one, Dr. Mohler here has such as preaching. So what's not going on here is we're not just saying that women can't preach in a church, but they can do everything else that pastors do. That's not what's being said. Preaching is being set forth as the preeminent example of pastoral ministry, and in a way to be emphatic. What the amendment says is that cooperating churches, again, cannot affirm, appoint, or endorse a woman serving in the office or function of pastor, elder, overseer in all the ways that pastors serve the congregation. And the second thing I want to say is this is why. Why is this so important? It's not just important because we can point to several statements by the Apostle Paul in the New Testament where he clearly says exactly what this amendment says, such as, I do not permit a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man, or that the head of a woman is man in 1 Corinthians chapter 11. We can point to all these places and say, see, look, and we can argue about what they mean. That's not the idea. The point is that male headship in the church, male pastoral ministry in the church, aligns with God's creation design. That also applies in the family, and it also applies in society in general. We want to affirm male and female ontology or essence. Males and females are different from one another. They're both humans, but you can't be a human unless you're a male or a female. We want to affirm male and female essence in its entirety according to the purpose for which God made each of them, which is clearly taught in the book of Genesis before the fall, and that entails male headship and leadership, and that's how the household is ordered, that's how the church is ordered, that's how a well-functioning society is ordered as well. If we want the Southern Baptist Convention to be well-ordered and to function well, this amendment is a necessity. So we want to implore and exhort Southern Baptist messengers to go to Orlando and to vote yes on the Truth and Unity Amendment.